Right, good afternoon everybody and welcome back to another episode of Thai Talk with Dan, the channel where we talk about what you guys get up to when you come on holiday to Thailand and get involved with Thai women, or you're living here and you've currently got mixed up with a Thai girlfriend, or you've even got married and you've got a Thai wife. Viewers send in their stories about their Thailand adventure and I share it on the channel. Now it's January 2025 and I'm sure guys are back home in their own home countries saving up for their next trip to Thailand and looking to get involved with a Thai girl. Money, making crap for money. Now this next guy claims that he was extorted and scammed, and this involves multiple Thai women in his story. Let's jump into the mind of this foreigner and what's really gone on here in Thailand with 3 Thai women. Hi Dan, thanks for being open to my story. I am an American guy, tall, thin and decent looking and in my mid-30s. Have you noticed guys, most guys like to think that they are a handsome man. I wonder where they get that idea from. So, I spent my first time in Thailand only last year. I've since been back 2 other times as I love the food, culture and of course the women. Now my very first time there I met a Tinder date. As soon as I got off the plane, I explained to her that I was in an open relationship back home and I wasn't looking for anything serious. She told me when we first met that she had a part-time office job and also worked at a bar on the side as, you guessed it, a cashier. Now later on I found out that she was indeed a bar girl working in the infamous Nana Plaza. Now if they say cashier, it's total BS. They are all the same usually. However, we spent a great few days on the islands together and she never asked me for money. Also, the first time I became acquainted with a young woman and her friend off of Tinder. We'll call her M. The 3 of us met up once for a wild night. She explained to me that she was looking for other work and was tired of freelancing. So I suggested she try OF. And she told me that she needed a brand new phone in order to do that. So, stupidly, I offered to buy it for her. I bought her an iPhone for around $700. And then she had the nerve to tell me that she didn't like the camera and she wanted the latest Samsung phone instead. I will talk more on this later. Now the second woman I bought a phone for was the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen in my entire life. We'll call her N. She had giant melons and she was from Laos, living in Thailand. Apart from one woman I knew back home, I'd never desired anyone as much as her, at least as long as I can remember. Eventually, I became obsessed. We chatted over Instagram and she would leave me on seen all the time and just give up replying. She even straight up told me that she didn't like me. But I kept trying. Now that all changed when I started writing her in Thai. She started replying more and eventually, one day the chats became flirtatious. She explained though that she had no interest in meeting me unless I bought her a phone. All of this sounded incredibly suspicious. I thought she was easily a fake profile. And she also refused to video chat. However, we stayed in contact. And finally, I arrived in Thailand again after a half year of build-up, but made a stop in Vietnam. While I was in Vietnam, she sent me a topless photo. I was stunned. And she finally agreed to video chat. And this confirmed that she was indeed real. Woohoo! So, we met up in Bangkok, and sure enough, I bought her the phone, and then we went back to my room after dinner. Sexy time. Yeah. Now, that was one of the most boring aerobics encounters of my life. It was all built up for around 8 months and $700 more in gifts.
What a 42-carat plonker you really are!
Only to have her hardly make a sound and be on her phone the whole time when we were done. Still, thought I couldn't shake my attraction to her, and we travelled to the islands the next day. She showed me hundreds and hundreds of messages and comments from foreign guys. Major red flag. Also, more on that later. On the second time that I travelled there this year, I matched with a stunning woman, probably in her mid-40s. We'll call her G. She was definitely model quality, in my eyes anyway, and seemed very classy and cultured.
What you gonna drink, honey?
Although she told me she was from Isan originally. She told me she could meet up, but wanted ka-ching money. So I declined, but I kept in touch and met a few other girls. Now I started chatting to G more when I got back to the States, and she wanted me to send money to her via Western Union. Eventually it progressed to us sending cheeky pictures to each other and talking.
Talk dirty to me.
And I would always pay her before we talked. Definitely a red flag looking back. I made the huge, totally boneheaded mistake of sending her a cheeky photo with my face on it.
What a plonker, what a plonker.
Guys, never do this. Now, she would randomly get angry and accuse me of always wanting jiggy jiggy. Later I learned that if a Thai girl in Thailand really likes you, they'll be happy to talk about that and sometimes even send photos, always without asking for money. I wanted this woman so bad, also because she was kind of mean. Something about that was so attractive. Also, if a woman is toxic or accusatory over messages, if you have never met up, just block them. It'll save you trouble. Now, she found my Facebook profile and sent a kiss emoji message. I didn't think anything of it at the time. We didn't add each other. This would be a huge problem later. Finally, her asking became so persistent and annoying. Nearly every day, she would ask me almost every other day about 15 to 30 USD per day. And the total amount I sent her was probably around 600 to 700 USD.
You stupid little plonker, Rodney.
Now I sent her one final small amount of money, but she didn't get it, as there was a problem with the money sending app. She started accusing me of lying, even though I explained over and over and even gave her a screenshot proof that I did it. I got tired of this and also started to realise her game. So one day, without warning, I blocked her on WhatsApp. Also, guys, if you block someone, block them everywhere on all profiles. So she became furious and commented on one of my public Facebook posts, accusing me of lying to her and asking my friends if they wanted to see what I did to her. Now keep in mind, I have never met her in person and the chats were always consensual. I asked permission each time to talk about everything. She also messaged to me on one of my Instagram accounts threatening to send my cheeky photos to my followers if I didn't unblock her and keep sending her money.
I love money, send me money.
She even contacted one of my friends and one of my co-workers, both of which just blocked her. Luckily, I didn't know of anyone else she might have contacted, but I blocked her everywhere and reported her to Facebook and Instagram, but to no avail. This scared me tremendously at the time. However, I didn't know what else would happen. Side story. During one of my mornings of paranoia, I watched a YouTube documentary about sextortion of Western men from organised crime groups in the Philippines. Definitely never send cheeky photos with your face on it to someone you've never met. I became aware of entire syndicates over there who specialise in this sort of thing. Never engage this way unless you've met the person. Now finally, the third time in Thailand would make the whole experience make sense. M, the freelancer that I mentioned in the beginning, must have seen me on Tinder and then blocked me everywhere on the phone that I bought her. Now guys, you never know when a woman will totally turn on you. You cannot buy her affection and she will feel no obligation to you. In most cases, no matter what you buy her. Eventually, I ended up talking to her again, but that's another story for another time.
You are made of stupid.
Now N, we met up once again, and this time she carried her new phone and old phone everywhere. Proof that she didn't really need a new phone. It's important to note that she posts pictures of her at the beach on vacation all the time on Instagram. Major red flag. She said she was a nanny for a family, but as I tried to ask questions about the kids she took care of, the whole story didn't quite add together. Now keep in mind too that I searched her on Instagram. She has tons of separate accounts, at least 7, all with her same name and face, and there are others with her identical name too. Not sure exactly how this checks out or why, but I might discover it one day. A lot of girls like this might not get paid directly, but they're in it for the experience. Their main pastime is to go on vacations and trips with different foreign men. They'll treat you like a king and do things like clip your nails, order all the food for you at a restaurant, and make a plan for the day to get the full Thailand experience. Now this time she did all of this, but was blatantly texting others, again on the phone that I bought her. Anyway, we both acknowledged that we were not exclusive, but a couple of times talked about potential plans for the future, and at one point I considered bringing her back to the States. However, on this trip I saw her phone blow up constantly with messages from Instagram, WhatsApp and more, and they were all from foreign guys. She also pretended to care about who I was texting to. She also would post pictures alone at the beach and say that she was at a different location than we actually were. Another red flag. Usually if a girl tells you they've travelled somewhere and won't be able to talk much, they're out with another guy. Well, finally she became kind of dull and boring to me, so I cut our time together short a little bit. I spent the next week travelling and she accused me of not wanting to spend time with her. We had a miscommunication of the last day I'd see her, and then she got angry and said she never wanted to see me again because I wanted to prioritise travelling. Hey, I'm not in Thailand every day and value time to myself. So obviously this was disappointing. and she ended up blocking me everywhere on social media, once again on the phone that I bought her. However, we still have each other on WhatsApp, but I definitely learned my lesson there. And finally, back to G. I thought to myself on this trip that G couldn't be that bad. Maybe she would change her mind and want to see me and we could have a nice time. Or maybe she will feel bad after taking all that money for me and trying to ruin me. So I unblocked her, and within hours she messaged me. She finally agreed to do a video chat so I could also confirm that she was real. However, something totally infuriating happened. She would constantly tell me that she had no money, no work, and needed food. So I would still send her money to help her out, which was probably a lie. Finally, I was in my last night in Bangkok for a few days, and I wanted to see if we could meet up. I asked her over WhatsApp and told her that I would give her some money for food and expenses if she comes by.
Sexy time.
Now she instead insisted that I send the money over the app, and once I did, she refused to come. She totally manipulated and lied to me. After that instance, I once again blocked her everywhere. She tried contacting me again through the Line app, but I blocked her there too. Now, on a happy note, I met two very nice Thai girls when I was there last time, and they both seem normal. Now, both of them were a hookup situation. We talked on the applications, they came over, and we had fun with no financial expectations. Just simply a nice time together. One of them has even texted pictures of her work and never posts anything provocative online. Total green flag. Now the other one is hardly ever on social media. Another green flag. Luckily, I've had plenty of good other experiences, but I wanted to warn everyone of the dangers that you can encounter online and in real life. All in all, guys, be incredibly vigilant when you come to Thailand. A lot of you might not have a clue about how charming a Thai woman's smile can be, and the way she talks to you can totally disarm you and make you let your guard down. If you get scammed once, you'll get scammed again. Girls that just use you for money feel absolutely no remorse, and you'll never give them enough. Instead, try to find a normal girl and have a good time. Thanks again, and all the best. Cheers.
And then you suddenly realise what a 100% 24-carat plonker he really is.
Well, blow me down with a feather. This guy got involved with these types of women. He bought them a phone off his own merit, and then when it came down to meeting one of the girls, she decided that she didn't want to see him once he sent her the money, as she obviously was desperate for a little bit of money at that moment in time. He sent it, so why the hell does she want to go through that kind of ordeal with you in your apartment or condo or hotel? But it will be interesting to hear what guys have to say down in the comments. Were these Thai women so bad? Did this guy see the red flags and ignore them? Is this guy looking for trouble? Or is this guy a total fruitcake? What do you guys believe? If a woman is not interested in you whatsoever, she's going to try to get as much out of you as possible, especially in the beginning when she meets you, yeah? Because it's all about the money that she can obtain from you. And if she doesn't really want to do anything long term with you, she's going to hit you hard, and she's going to hit you hard fast. And you're lucky you just escaped with a mobile phone. Other people have not managed to escape and they've lost their entire life savings. It can get a lot worse, and it's good in a way to have this lesson, which sounds like you really needed, and you keep coming back to Thailand, and you've got this lesson now with the loss of a bit of money, and now hopefully you'll realise that if you get involved with these types of women, then expect your pockets to be dry. But the beauty about this channel is that we've got guys with all different ideas, points of view on who is right, who is wrong, what's okay, what's not okay. So let's see what people have to say. Now guys, if you've got your own Thailand story, it's real, it's genuine. If you feel embarrassed, yeah, you can become anonymous like this guy. I think he knows that it's a bit daft what he's been getting up to. But if you want to share, you want to remain anonymous, you can do. Get your emails sent in to thaitalkwithdan@gmail.com, and we will share your story on the channel, and hopefully it'll stop a guy from making the same mistakes as you. But there's no guarantees. Guys, take it easy, love yourselves, be happy, and don't allow yourself to be rinsed. Take it easy guys, and ciao for now. Bye bye.